Hello everybody, this is CholeraSC, and guess what? I am commentating on July Zerg versus Flash. That's right, this is game 1 of Group A of the Incruit OSL Round of 16, and July Zerg will be facing his first real opposition in the defense of his OSL champion in Flash here. July, of course, is the reigning OSL champion, having beaten Best on the way up there. However, I did incur a lot of controversy by saying, as he was rising up one time, that I don't think he'd be able to handle Flash. Back when Flash hadn't been eliminated yet from the OSL, he was, of course, eliminated by Luxury a few months ago in the Ever OSL. But anyway, now we're going to see the match that I thought was going to be in the finals, Flash versus July, and this is going to be a very, very interesting battle here. Flash, of course, is still the Wonder Kid. He's still, he's a little more human, of course, than he was a few months ago, and he was just an absolute, we all thought he was cyborgs. I was sure that, you know, he was model T2000 or something like that, the next model of Terminator, come here to terminate every other StarCraft player in the world, but he has looked human. He did lose to Jaedong in the GOM-TV finals. He lost to Luxury, of course, in the last OSL in the round of 8. So he really has to show that, hey, he is back and he is going to be dominant this season. July Zerg, on the other hand, has to defend his championship here against a very good Terran player, which he did not face at all in the last ever OSL. He faced all Protoss players on the way up, a couple of Zerg players and all Protoss players, basically from the round of 8 upwards. It was Backhull, Rock, and Best, of course. And July is very good against Protoss, but he is not as good statistically against Terran. He's only 52% against Terran. Flash is 68% against Zerg. It's his best lineup, and I am going to give spoilers about the Pro League All-Star games for the next 10 seconds, so please pause if you don't want to hear it. But Flash defeated Jaedong in the final game of the Pro League All-Stars using an amazing mechanized build. Wraith into 3-port rates into crazy mechanized builds. Actually, no, into crazy biomech build, and it was just absolutely spectacular. Anyway, end spoilers. Here we go. This is Return of the King, and we'll have to see which king is going to return here. Is July, the 3-time OSL champion, going to show that he's going to go for a record-breaking 4th OSL championship, or will he be stymied in the first game of this group by Flash, who could rightfully say that he is also coming and returning to take his his title as the king again, as the new king, I guess, the Dauphin, as they would say in French, the young prince of StarCraft. And Flash was the OSL champion right before July was. He won the previous OSL, the Bacchus OSL, and really he looked unstoppable until Luxury dented his armor by defeating him 3-0 actually. Was it 2-0 or 3-0? I forget what it was, but basically defeated him very thoroughly in their series, and really it's going to be very interesting to watch here. Of course, Flash had to defeat a couple of Zergs on the way up, but none of them were of the caliber of July. And by the way, this is officially the group of death here. In this group, other than Flash and July, there is Bisu and Much, two very, very good Protoss players. And really, it's anyone's game really to lead this group. Bisu looking back in form, and Much, the grandpa toss, always hungry for blood as he is, and cocaine. But anyway, here we go. July has gone for a 12 hatchery and an early gas, so he could be going for a fast tech build. In fact, Flash is going to scout all of this. He's going to know there's an early tech build coming up here. We could be seeing the Cholera build, by the way. I love announcing it, but we could be seeing the Cholera build. Meanwhile, Flash has gone barracks into fast expand, standard Terran play here, and I think this map, Return of the King, is a little bit biased towards Terran because of the sort of windiness of the map. It's difficult for lots of big Zerg armies to flank Terran armies in the middle, and you have a fairly easy to hold natural expansion, which benefits the Terran, of course. Here we go. Flash is building his third supply depot inside his base, so definitely getting his macro up before he puts up a lot of Marines. He's going to be able to get away with this because July has gone for pretty much an all-economic build here. I'm sorry, an all-rush build here, all-tech rush build, rather. He doesn't have a lot of Zerglings, 6 Zerglings out for him, but Flash is going to be able to take care of this. He's got his lair already morphing in here at his natural expansion. Now the question is Flash going to keep his SCV alive long enough to scout the tech? And July could be going for a lurker rush, like I said, or he could be going for Mutalisks. But really, once Flash has scouted this, I think I'm going to give Flash a little bit of an advantage because Flash, of course, is going to have an economic advantage. 2 hatcheries versus 2 command centers. And Flash is also going to be able to anticipate that some kind of tech rush is coming. He's going to be extra careful. Perhaps he's going to put up a couple extra turrets early on to deal with either lurkers or hydralisks, or mutalisks. And we'll have to see, though. Looks like Flash doing a good job of keeping his SCV alive, but not for longer. It does get taken down. July is probably going to go for Spire build here, though. And yes, we are going to see a Spire here. There is a Spire. Flash has a bunker up in his front door. A couple of Speedlings coming down here. I don't think they're going to be able to run through, though. Flash is a good positioning here, and he might be bringing a couple SCVs to block. In fact, I think he anticipates that there might be an attempt at a Zergling run by, and Flash has got what it takes here. Three SCVs and 3 Marines and a bunker full of Marines. There's no way July can run past that. And July is going to have to do a lot of damage here with his Spire. He's going for his second expansion now at the 12 o'clock location. That is the 3rd gas position also. Flash getting his 3 barracks up, and he should have an engineering bay about finished right now, so you'll be able to get a couple of turrets. We'll see if he decides to use a scan up right now. Of course, he wants to conserve a scan in case there is a lurker build coming up, in which case he would definitely need the scans, but I think he's probably going to risk one and find out that it is indeed a Spire and not lurkers are coming out. I really think that the Cholera build would have been slightly better, though, at this point, because I think Flash is going to be well prepared for a Mutalisk harass. July trying to pick off 1 SCV. He might be able to get 1. No, looks like Flash is too good even to let 1 die. And I think July is actually trying to trick Flash into moving his Marines off of the ramp so that he can run up the ramp. But Flash is not being tricked here. Flash doing an excellent job at defending so far. Looks like he's not losing a single Marine here. Mutalisks are now coming out, though, and Flash with the scan. He's going to see that it's indeed Mutalisks, and Flash is going to have to hurry up and put up a couple of turrets here. Looks like his engineering bay is actually not as far along as I thought it would be. It's not even finished yet, and the Mutalisks are about to come out. So July, with the early 2 hatchery tech rush, could still do a lot of damage here against Flash. Flash does not have any turrets up, and July, of course, is known for pioneering modern Mutalisk micro. If you guys have watched some of my videos from the past, in one of the pimpest plays, it's July versus Hwasun. That was the first time modern Mutalisk micro was used in a pro game. Of course, with Mutalisk stacking, but July this time still has not stacked his Mutalisk, so running into the Marines, and Flash has anticipated this very well. July's going to have to do a good job of harassment here in order to whittle down this medic Marine force. I don't think he has enough Mutalisks, so it's just 2 hatcheries, so only about 6 Mutalisks or maybe 7 Mutalisks there. He needs to go and pick off some SCVs, though, instead of just dancing around here, and he needs to hurry up about it because Flash is taking his time to get enough turrets so that July really won't be able to do much harassment. And so far, we haven't seen anything from July yet. He hasn't picked off a single unit yet of Flashes. That's not good. This is not a great situation for July, even though he has gotten his second expansion up. He's not going to have as much resources so that he can switch to lurkers as if he had 3 hatcheries to start off with instead of just 2 hatcheries. And wow, July still unable to pick off a single unit here, taking a lot of damage on his Mutalisks. Those Mutalisks are going to start dying if he decides to keep going here. Once again, he's trying to pick off this turret. I think he should be just going for the SCVs, though. 1 SCV goes down at the cost of 1 Mutalisk. Still an ineffective harass here from July, and this is going to be quite bad for July because once Flash gets a couple more turrets up, he'll feel safe in moving out. And so far, I don't see a Hydra's den up yet, so we're not going to have those lurkers that are going to be necessary to fight off a large medic Marine push here. July still trying to find a hole here in the defense. Of course, in this group, by the way,